Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to talk about some more Sex in the City. That's right, some Sex in the City, that wonderful show from the late 90s and the early 2000s. I am Diego. I have watched every single episode of Sex and the City, so I know what I'm talking about, all right? You can't fool me. I know my shit, okay? I watched it all back in the day when it first came out, all right? And I've recently started rewatching them just to remember what the show was all about. I watched that piece of shit show and Just Like Crap. Don't watch it. It sucks. It's an abortion. I already reviewed it. The videos are on here. But watching that piece of shit reminded me of how good the original show was. So I decided I was going to go back and watch every single goddamn episode of Sex and the City, the original show. I was going to rewatch the whole goddamn thing again, all right, and then give you my reviews on it, all right? So that's what I decided to do, just to see how it holds up. And I'm kind of reliving my youth a little bit. I was a much younger man back then when those episodes first came out. These episodes are over 20 years old, you know. So watching them again, you get to see what the world was like back then. For those of you that are young, you know, it was a lot different back in the 90s and early 2000s. There was a lot of crazy shit was going on back then. A lot of stuff that still affects us today. Okay, a lot of stuff that was brand new back then that today is just bullshit. Everyone forgot about it, right? And then some of it that was brand new back then, like, took over the world today. So it's weird. It's weird how that works, okay? I mean, we're dealing with shit like email was new back then. Okay, now that's everything. You know, Amazon Prime was a new thing back then. Now that's everything. Okay, but they also had fucking TiVo back then. They had the little fucking cell phones, you know, that nobody has anymore. That everyone forgot about. You know, so shit like that. Just like, you know, it's all changed now. You know, so just watching that again, you know, kind of like, you know, reminds me of what the world used to be like. I mean, a lot of these episodes were like before September 11th, you know, before all the whole world changed. You know, it's crazy. Anyway, so I thought I'd relive my youth by watching the show again. I was actually doing the same shit those women were doing back then. Okay, I was single. I was living on my own. I was living in a big city. I was living in Chicago. I was going to school. I was working. You know, all my friends were actors, musicians, models, and stuff. You know, so we were in that whole area, and we were partying all the time. You know, going to concerts. You know, nightclubs. We were doing all that shit. Taverns, bars. You know, we were doing all sorts of shit like that, okay? So I was doing the same thing they were doing. We were just younger than they. I was in my 20s. These women were in their 30s and 40s, all right? So we were watching the show. Every hot girl I knew was watching the show. That's the reason I started watching it, because I wanted to get in there with them. You know, I wanted to know what the show was they were all talking about, so I could have an icebreaker, something I could talk about to get to know girls better. All right, that's why I started watching the show, and I learned a lot. I did, not just from the show, but I learned a lot from the women that were watching the show too. So I enjoyed the show. I thought it was fun. I thought it was very well written. Had some really good drama in there when it needed to be, you know, and some really good acting. I gotta say, these actors were pretty top notch. My only complaint was the way they treated the men on the show. The men these were not real men on this show. Okay, these were caricatures of men. The show was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists. They don't know what the fuck a straight guy really is. They have an idea of what a straight guy is, okay, but they don't really know what a straight guy is. Nobody on the show fucking knew that. They didn't ask anybody that was straight. A straight guy, anything on the show. You can obviously tell by the way everything's talked about on the show. Even though we're dealing with men fucking straight guys, no straight guys were involved in the production of this show. Okay, so they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. All right, and that was the only problem I had. I did not like the way they treated the men on the show. Okay, I did not like the way they were being portrayed. These were not real men. I don't know where the fuck they found these. I know these were guys that were just struggling actors. That they were just happy to get the fucking job, so they read whatever the fuck was in the script and they read it. Okay, but no men would really act this way. Okay, now every once in a while they did get it right. Every once in a while they did portray men correctly. But not very often. But when they did do that, I mentioned it here. Okay, I do talk about that here. Like the character of Jack Berger, they got him right. They got him right. That's the one they got right, completely right. Okay, but anyway, we're not talking about that. I already talked about those episodes. All right. So right now we are at episode 12, I believe. Episode 12 of season 6. Yes, the last season of the show. Episode 12 of season 6. Now, I've already reviewed the first half of this episode in my part 1 video. You can watch that first. If you haven't seen that one yet, watch that first, then watch this one. That'll get you caught up to where we are right now. Okay, the name of this episode is called One. Just one. The number 1. Okay, like I said, season 6, episode 12. This is the second half of the episode. Okay, so where we left off on this episode here is Miranda and her black boyfriend, Robert Lees, the sports doctor for the New York Knicks. He gave her a cookie, a big cookie in a pizza box that says, "I love you." She ate the whole fucking thing and stuffed her fat ass like she always does, of course. We knew that was going to happen. And she loved the cookie more than she loves him. So he asked her about, hey, what you think about the cookie? And she's like, oh, sweet, but she didn't fucking give him a definite answer. She did not say I love you back. She called Carrie, oh my God, Carrie, I fucked up my life. Yeah, you did. You did, Miranda. You fucked up your life. You know, I mean, I can't say it. It's not in my DNA to say I love you back. I don't know how to say that. Blah, blah. I always thought that whenever I meet the one, that it would just come out of my mouth easily. I'm never going to meet the one. I fucked up my life. You know, that kind of bullshit, you know. Yeah, so she's basically just being her selfish ass, fucking fat ass self. Okay, meanwhile, Samantha, her subplot is that she found a gray hair on her cooch. Yes, I know, right? Devastating, isn't it? Traumatic. Well, she treats it like that. She treats it like she's a fucking, like it's the fucking Holocaust, all right? So she goes crazy about it. She's bad enough she's got to wear glasses now, but they're Chanel glasses though, okay? Because she's fucking getting old. She says she's 45. I think she's more like 48, but you know, hey, just go with it, right? Okay, she says she's 45, so we'll just go with that, all right? And she says she's not ashamed of her age. She's got nothing to be ashamed of. You know, well, why the fuck should you be ashamed of something you can't control? You know, it's like, you know, what the fuck? We're all gonna get old. If we're lucky, we live to be old. If we're lucky, okay? So like, what the fuck, you know? But anyway, she's self-conscious about it, and I understand why she's self-conscious. Okay, her whole life has been based on fucking guys. That's all she cares about is fucking guys. Who's good and bad? That's all she gives a shit about. Okay, and the older she gets, the harder she's gonna be able to pull sexual partners. But the idea of her having a relationship with anybody, committing to somebody is foreign to her. It scares her so much that she makes fun of it all the time. Okay, but the truth is she can't go there. All right, we've only seen her try to commit twice. One guy, his dick was too small, so they had to get rid of him after 3 episodes. The other guy was fucking a lot of women. He had a higher sexual market value than she does, so that scared her because she knew that he can get better than her, and that scared her. That made her insecure, so she fucking dumped his ass before he dumped her for a younger, hotter thing. Because she did catch him cheating, but yeah, you know what? What do you expect? You know, you're dating a guy like that, like a fucking Mr. Dick Wright. Yeah, Richard Wright, Mr. Wright. When you're dating Mr. Wright, of course, fucking other women are gonna, younger, more attractive women are gonna hit on him. Okay, and he's a straight guy and he loves to fuck. That's one of the first things he told you when you first met him. Is how he loves to fuck a lot of women. All right, so it's not like he ever kept it a secret. Okay. So yeah, she got scared of that. So now she's dating Smith Jerrod, who's like this male model / actor. Okay, that she's fucking him for free. Well, not for free, really. He's fucking her, and she's helping his acting career. Of course, he's playing it off like, "Oh, I'm falling in love with you, Samantha. Why don't we get closer, Samantha? Why do you be so distant, so emotionally distant? My heart is open for you, Samantha. You know, now fucking book me another modeling job. You know, that kind of thing. You know, Samantha's actually like, no, I can't get serious with you. I don't do relationships. I don't do it." You know, that kind of bullshit, okay? The truth is now this show belongs in the fucking Sci-Fi Channel. So in this show, yes, she can pull super hot, super attractive young men that just want her for her because she's a boss bitch. And that's what they find attractive in her. Bull fucking shit. I am here to burst your fucking bubble, okay? I tell the fucking truth here. If you don't like it, if you're easily triggered, get the fuck out right now. I will not censor myself for you. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God, straight man's point of view. That's what it says right here, okay? And the truth is, no guy would ever want Samantha like that unless they were getting something out of it. And I don't mean her fucking pussy. Her wrinkled up, shriveled up old pussy, which is actually a subplot in this episode. Her words, not mine. We'll get to that, all right? But anyway, so that's her problem. She found a gray hair on her cooch. And apparently Smith, her boy toy, wants her to grow it out. Yeah, like it's the fucking 70s or some shit. No, he don't. No, he don't. He just doesn't want to look at it, all right? Maybe there are some guys out there that fucking like that, okay? But me, I'll leave the 70s where they belong, all right? Sorry, man. If there's a forest down there, no, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna fucking happen, all right? Ain't gonna happen here. I'll let you borrow my hair trimmers, all right? You can borrow mine, all right? Okay, so that's her subplot. She's scared of getting old. Meanwhile, Charlotte is pregnant. She's really excited about it. Her and Harry are gonna have a baby, but then she miscarried. She miscarried the baby, so now she's all depressed and fucked up, and she can't go to Brady. That's Miranda's son's first birthday party. She can't go to it because she's too emotionally traumatized. And I understand that was more of a serious subplot in this episode. Okay. Meanwhile, Carrie met this Russian artist named Alexander Petrovsky, right? Mr. fucking full-blown communist himself. Mikhail Baryshnikov, the dancer. Yeah, we've all seen White Nights, right? Okay, anyway, yeah, he's got the tights on, yeah. All right, anyway, so she met him. He asked her out. He's like this snooty, rich, fucking Russian, fucking elitist that thinks he's better than everyone else because he's an artsy fartsy kind of guy. Fuck you. I knew lots of guys like that when I went to art school. All right, fuck you. Okay, you guys don't know shit. All right, that's why you're in art school. Okay, because you can't do anything else. All right, all right. I know. I'm so bad about myself too. Then what the fuck were you doing in art school with him, right, Diego? Exactly. Why do you think I'm not in art school anymore? Okay. Excuse me. All right, so that's what he is. Of course, Carrie asks her friend, Samantha knows who he is. I guess they went to Studio 54 together back in the day because Samantha's older, you know. I guess he fucked every model in the 70s at Studio 54. So she gave Carrie her seal of approval, which is some bullshit that fucking girls do all the fucking time, you know. Guys don't do that. We don't like to share the women that we fucked, you know, unless we don't care. But if they're high value women, you know, we typically don't pass them off. Okay, unless we're high value men. If we're high value men, I'm talking like you know, movie executives and movie stars, you know, and rock stars and shit. Yeah, they will pass around fucking hot ass girls left and right. Hey, you can fuck her now. I already had her. They'll do that and feelings will get hurt. Okay, because they have so many girls like that coming into their life. They don't have time to fucking feel anything for any of them. So yeah, they're just disposable, of course. But I'm talking about like an average guy, like a normal average guy. Okay, he would not fucking pass off some hot girl that he likes, that he's fucking, he wouldn't pass her off to his friend. He wouldn't do that, okay? If she's gonna fuck his friends, because she's gonna cheat on him. Or fucking, she's gonna like him better, whatever, okay? Maybe they were never together that way, okay? She just fucked him once and then liked the other guy better. Whatever, okay? That's how it happens in real life. They're not just gonna pass him off. All right, so that's bullshit right there. Okay, I forgot where I was going with this. But anyway, so Carrie meets Alexander. He's this rich, snooty guy. He asks her out on a date. She makes fun of his 4D art. It's a woman who's fucking starving herself for 16 days. She's not talking, she's not eating. She's just staying there in the fucking exhibition at the gallery for 16 days, okay? So people are just going there to watch her. And she's just sitting there not eating, not talking for 16 days, okay? So that's her art exhibition there. She sees this and she makes jokes about it. Well, Alexander Petrovsky, that's his art exhibit. So he doesn't like the fact that he's making fun of it. Samantha, by the way, now I remember where I'm getting with this. Samantha, by the way, gives Carrie her seal of approval. Yeah, this guy fucked everybody. I wanted to fuck him myself. He was 30 at the time, and I was 22, which means he's 53 now. And I'm 45. I got nothing to fucking hide, okay? Yeah, okay, so which is something that girls do all the time. It's like you girls talk to each other, and like if one of your friends fucked a guy, and he's hot, he's good in bed, you pass him off. Like, oh yeah, I fucked him. Yeah, he's awesome. Okay, good, because he asked me, I'm gonna fuck him too. You know, you girls do that shit all the fucking time. Guys, we don't do that stuff. Unless we're like super high value guys. We don't do that stuff, okay? Maybe the 0.0001% of the male population, the guys that can pull hot women left and right like it's nothing, they do that stuff. Okay? A good example of that is that movie, the movie about the groupies, you know, Almost Famous. Yeah. That movie, Almost Famous, you know, where, what's her name? You know, Goldie Hawn's daughter, fucking, she, Kate Hudson, yeah, she gets passed around by the rock band, you know. Yes, when you're a rock star, you can do that stuff, but an average guy doesn't do that stuff, all right? So we're not gonna tell, I'm not gonna tell one of my guy friends, yeah, this chick is fucking awesome, you should fuck her too, you know. No, we're not gonna do that, okay? Unless we're talking about like a prostitute or something like that, you know, yeah. But no, we're not gonna do that. Now, if we were like I said, a rock star or something, yeah, we might be, hey, yeah, buddy, you can have her. Yeah, I already fucked her. You know, yeah, but most guys are not like that. I'm not like that. Most guys you meet are not like that. Now, if you're hanging out, you know, if you're a hot girl and you got backstage passes to a fucking rock band, yeah, they're gonna treat you that way, okay? Because they can, all right? Or if you go to a party at fucking, you know, at Leo DiCaprio's mansion, yeah, they're gonna treat you like that because they can, okay? But if you meet some guy at fucking Walmart or something, no, they're not gonna treat you like that, okay? You see what I mean? Okay. So because of Samantha's approval, she decides she wants to go out with him, all right? So they plan a date. Okay, so now we're caught up, all right? So the thesis of this episode is, when will waiting for the one be done? When will waiting for the one be done? All right, so Samantha's blow drying her hair, her fucking pussy, and like I said, she notices the fucking, the gray hair there, and she freaks out because she's growing her pussy out. We already saw her scratching it. She's growing out her pussy because, like I said, Smith Jerrod likes the bush. I don't know why, but it's bullshit. Like I said, Smith Jerrod's not a real fucking person, okay? He's a cartoon character. He's not a real man. No man would act this way, okay? Like I said before, if he was really in love with Samantha, he wouldn't be trying to get acting jobs out of her, okay? In fact, a guy like that would not be in love with Samantha, so I call bullshit right there, okay? A guy like that would never be in love with Samantha, okay? Unless she's fucking paying his way, advancing his career, which is what she's doing. That's the only reason he's with her. But the show's not going to tell you that. But I'm going to fucking tell you that because this is a straight man's point of view, and I'm going to tell you the fucking truth, ladies. Sorry, I know I burst your bubble. I know you thought that a guy like Smith Jerrod would fall in love with her, but no, that would never happen. All right. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking about Aaron Taylor Johnson, right? That hot movie star, the guy that played Quicksilver in the Avengers Age of Ultron, the guy who's in the Godzilla movie, that hot young guy. Okay, yeah, well, look at his wife, okay? He's like 30 years old and she's like 55. Yeah. And guess what she does for a living? She's a casting director. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, look it up. You don't believe me. Look it up. All right, anyway. So that's going on here. Samantha has a meltdown. She's, like she's being raped. Well, actually, I won't get to that word. She probably like that. No, like she's being assaulted or something, What the fuck? She's screaming like this is the end of the world. Jesus Christ, a fucking pube. You fucking pluck it out if it's that bad. Or shave it off. What the fuck, man? Why are you even growing it out? Okay, anyway. Straight man's point of view. Okay, so, Brady. Okay, so now they're talking about Brady. Brady, that's Miranda's 1-year-old. He's about to turn 1. They're planning his birthday party. Okay, there is a clown at this party. Apparently, Steve, that's Brady's father. That's Miranda's ex-boyfriend. His mother hired a clown for this party, even though there's no adults at this party. I mean, there's no children at this party. The 1-year-old is the only child at this party. She still hired a clown. Miranda gives her shit about it. But of course, her name, I forgot her name, but she's Steve's mom. She's played by Mira. I forgot, Mira Stiller. Yeah, that's Ben Stiller's real life mom. I know she passed away a few years ago. So did his dad, George Stiller. But I remember her when I was a kid. Her and her husband did a show on HBO called At the Movies, where they reviewed movies. It was called Stiller and Mira. I watched that when I was a kid. But anyway, it's Ben Stiller's mom. I forgot her name, but Mira. Her name's Mira. She was also on Archie Bunker's Place. Anyway, she plays Steve's mom, and she's drunk on Budweiser, and she hired this clown. Okay, even though there's fucking only one kid at this party. And Miranda gives her shit about it. He's like, oh, I already paid him. Just have him, open the door for everybody then. That kind of thing. Okay, so that's going on. Steve shows up with the cake. And of course, he puts it in the laundry room to keep it dry, to keep it from being knocked over and stuff until it's time to sing happy birthday. Of course, he brings his girlfriend with him, Debbie. That's the hot young girl with the dark features. And of course, Steve's mom already knows, oh, my Debbie's here. She gives him a big hug, And of course, she offers her a beer. So she's like, okay. So Debbie starts drinking the Budweiser too. And of course, Steve's being all nice and excited. Robert he's there too, of course. He actually planned most of the party. He planned most of the party for fucking a kid that's not even fucking his. For a girlfriend he's only been with for like a fucking month. All right, so he's there, and he tries to get affectionate with Miranda. Miranda's like pushing him away, like, no. He's like, what's wrong, baby? No, nothing, just She's not into it, okay? And the reason she's not into it is apparently she's still in love with Steve. Now, I don't know why the fuck this happened. I don't know what the writers were thinking. Well, I know what they were thinking, but they didn't never led up to this, okay? Miranda's treated Steve like shit the both times they were together, okay? The both times that they were together, she treated him like shit. She looked down on him like he was beneath her, okay? Like she was more successful, more privileged, more educated, more mature, more everything than Steve was. Steve was the blue-collar guy. All right, he's a blue-collar guy from a blue-collar family. Okay, Miranda's not. She's white-collar all the fucking way. She went to fucking Harvard. She's from ritzy fucking New England, from Connecticut. Her family's from there. Okay, they're all a bunch of rich fucking liberal fucking pieces of shit. Okay, Kennedy wannabes. All right, so she's very privileged, very high-educated, And so she can't tolerate being with a guy who's fucking so as blue-collar as he is. Okay, because he's just a guy's guy. He likes to watch basketball. He likes to play basketball. He likes to drink his beer. He owns a fucking tavern in Manhattan. He's not the smartest guy in the world. He's a little bit immature, but that's just who he is. He's not into all the superficial shit that Miranda and all of her friends are into. Okay, the Dwar, the shopping, the vacationing, the house in the Hamptons. He's not that kind of guy at all. Like they are. Okay, so she sees herself as above him. That's why she dumped him, because she caught him watching Scooby-Doo at his age. That pissed her off. All right, so she dumped him. Then they had a mercy fuck. He lost a testicle. He had to get a testicle removed. He had cancer. So she decided to give him a mercy fuck. And unfortunately, she got pregnant. So she was trying to fuck as many guys as she could before the baby started showing. But by the time the baby started showing, she had to quit doing that. So she got horny. Meanwhile, he got a new girlfriend who was better looking than her, treated him nicer and younger. Okay, she had her baby, and then she realized that guys don't fucking want her because she's a single mom. You know, they did this episode where she lost weight, but she didn't really lose weight. She's a little fat ass. She's all stuffing her face, you know, and always talking with her fucking mouth full. So she realizes that no guy really wants her because she's a single mom and she's a fucking bitch and she's got a fat ass and she speaks with her fucking mouth full. All right. So no, guys don't really want her. So now she's getting lonely and desperate. Okay. She found this guy, this cartoon character, which would never happen in real life. This hot, young fucking sports medicine doctor played by Blair Underwood, Dr. Robert Leeds. Okay. Who's this smooth fucking goddamn fucking, Idris Elba in a fucking three-piece suit, Mr. fucking, a younger Billy D. Williams, like a guy like that would ever fucking fall in love with Miranda like this guy did. That would never fucking happen either. That's another bullshit flag out of many bullshit flags, okay? No guy like him would ever fall in love with a woman like Miranda. Not some bitchy, single mom, fat ass. No. Who hates men? No, that would never happen in real fucking life, okay? But just go with it, okay? That's what's happening on this show. So she eats this whole fucking cookie that says I love you after they've only been dating like a month. And this guy's up to his ass and fucking Kardashians and fucking cheerleaders and groupies, okay? He's gonna have no problem fucking a much better looking, hotter, younger woman. But no, he falls in love with with Miranda. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Ripley don't believe it and I don't fucking believe it either, okay? But yeah, you gotta do something, right? Just go with it, right? So we're gonna go with it on this episode, all right? On this show. Okay, so she's with him, but she's still in love with Steve. All of a sudden, she just fucking woke up one day and realized that she was still in love with Steve, the father of her child. For some fucking reason, that just fucking happened. We have no explanation why it happened. I have an explanation for why it happened, but it's not what the show doesn't give you one. She just woke up one day and realized that she still loves Steve. More like she woke up one day and found out that nobody fucking wants her ass, so she might as well be with the only guy that ever fucking treated her decently, and that was Steve. He's the only guy that ever put up with her fucking bullshit when your average, ordinary, normal guy with any sort of fucking self-esteem would have fucking dropped her ass a long fucking time ago. Okay, no, he still puts up with her bullshit. He puts up with her abuse. He lets her ridicule him and emasculate him all the fucking time, and then he asks for seconds, because that's the kind of guy Steve is. He has no fucking backbone, although every once in a while he does show a backbone. Every once in a while he does stand up to Miranda, and those are the episodes that I really loved him for, okay? But anyway, she just woke up one day and realized she's still in love with him, and she's been pining for him all season and some of last season. But she can't do nothing because he's got a girlfriend that he's happy with, right? Okay, so now we're caught up. All right, so that's going on here. So they're at the party. Harry shows up, that's Charlotte's husband. He shows up at the party with a big gift. Miranda asks him, hey, how's Charlotte doing? Charlotte had a miscarriage, so she's not going to the party. And he tells her, hey, she's not getting any better. She's still upset about it. I don't know what to do, And then, of course, Harry, so the TV is strong enough to come. He tells her she wasn't strong enough to come. He doesn't know what to do. Miranda's like she just has to feel it. She just has to feel it. Okay. Meanwhile, Charlotte's back home at with Steve's house. She's laying on the couch. She's channel surfing. There's a documentary, A True Hollywood Story on Liz Taylor, because apparently fucking Charlotte has this thing for Liz Taylor. That's like her idol or some shit. I don't know why. She wants to base her life on a woman who was married 8.5 fucking times. Yes, 8.5 fucking times, because she married Richard Burton twice. This woman has fucking wrecked marriages. She's destroyed people's careers. Everyone that worked with her told her she's a piece of shit. She lost a shitload of money for the studios that hired her. Okay, she was not the nicest person in the whole fucking world. Okay, she was actually a fucking bitch and an alcoholic and a fucking slut. But apparently that is Charlotte's role model. Even though Charlotte is not really most of those things. She's some of those things, but not all of those things. All right. So anyway, so she sees that. Of course, the announcer on the documentary is above all. It says Liz Taylor is an activist, a strong, independent woman. And above all, she's a survivor. No, she's not a fucking survivor, okay? The survivors are the people that survived her, okay? She treated everyone like fucking shit. Her husbands, her family, her fans, she treated them like absolute shit. Look what she did to her best friend, Debbie Reynolds. She stole her fucking husband, okay? No, Liz Taylor has never been a role model for anybody. She's always been a fucking cut in half, okay? And then she got fat. Yeah, and then she got fat. At the end of her life, the only guys that wanted to fucking hang out with her were her fucking boy toys that she had to pay to be with her, and fucking Michael Jackson. That was it. What does that say? Yes. No, she's no fucking role model. She's a fucking piece of shit, rich, spoiled, privileged brat. That's what Liz Taylor was. And she was that way when she was an old lady. Moving right along. Okay, so the clown opens the door for Carrie. Carrie gets freaked out. Because she did tell Miranda, no clowns at your birthday party or I'm not coming. Well, they hired a clown, so Carrie's like, ah! There's a fucking Pennywise there. Well, you know what? I think Carrie should talk to that clown and get some fucking fashion tips. Because that clown dresses better than she does. Okay. Okay, so Samantha goes, oh, it's an emergency, Carrie, come with me to the bathroom. Bring these hors d'oeuvres with you and come with me to the bathroom. It's an emergency, we gotta talk right now. So they go in the bathroom, okay? And Carrie's trying to sit on the toilet and eat. And Samantha's trying to explain to her something. Oh my God, something terrible has happened. He's like, what is it, Samantha? What? What's so bad? And she's like, look at this. And she shows her fucking bush. Like, oh man, come on, you know. She's like, she talks about she had a gray hair, she tried to plug it, but if you pluck a gray hair and there's 6 more take its place, they're worse than a fucking Hydra. Who gives a shit? Just shave the fucking shit. We don't need a fucking subplot on this. She bleached her fucking pussy red. It's the same color as the fucking clown's hair. She bleached it red. Just shave that shit. Why are you showing it to people? Why are you telling this to your friend? Nobody needs to know about that shit. You put the dye on there, you left it on too long, it turned your pussy hair orange red. Fucking shave that shit off, problem solved. You don't have to have a meltdown. You don't have to. I'm sure Smith will understand. No, she got to complain to Carrie about it. And she has a literal worse than I'm having right now. She has a literal meltdown in front of Carrie over this. Like this is the end of the world or something, you know? So that's what's going on here. And Carrie's like, come on, this is a 1-year-old's birthday party. Let's not talk about this, you know? But Samantha ain't gonna let it go. What is Smith gonna say? What if Smith doesn't like it? Shut the fuck up, you fucking tough, empowered feminist. You care about what a guy thinks? Really? Have you regressed that far back? I thought you were a boss bitch, remember? What guys think about you doesn't fucking matter, remember? Oh well. You don't tell me now that you're full of shit. All right, anyway. You know what Smith's thinking? He's not thinking about your fucking red fucking bush. He's thinking about when are you going to fucking put him up on another billboard in New York. That's what he's fucking thinking. Hurry up, Samantha. Fuck, man. He needs more acting jobs. Quit worrying about your fucking red pussy and start fucking promoting his fucking career. That's your fucking job. All right. Anyway, Samantha says, like, nobody wants to fuck grandma's pussy. Well, you're right about that. That is a little bit of honesty there. And that's what saved her in this scene, the bits of honesty. You know, nobody wants to fuck grandma. Okay, yeah, well, some grandmas are hot, okay? But, you know what I mean. Okay. The image that you think of when you think of grandma, yeah, that's not a sexy image. All right. Okay, so that's going on here. That's her crisis in this episode, you know. Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, Charlotte's still watching the Liz Taylor documentary, and she gets inspired by all the praises that keep laying on Liz Taylor. Is this Liz Taylor's a queen, Liz Taylor's a goddess, Liz Taylor's the most perfect woman in the whole world, Liz Taylor's the greatest survivor in the whole world, Liz Taylor fucking won every war in the whole world, Liz Taylor cured AIDS, Liz Taylor, you know, all that bullshit. That inspires Charlotte to get up off her ass and get hot. Yeah, she puts on some hot clothes. She's going for the whole fucking Audrey Hepburn fucking Breakfast at Tiffany's look, you know, the hair tied up in a bun, you know, the fucking sunglasses. Although she's wearing like this pink fucking tight dress. She looks good. She really looks good. She got her makeup on. She looks fucking good. And she's strutting down. She decides to leave her apartment. She's strutting down New York, you know, in her heels. And she looks good. I gotta admit, she looks fucking good. She's walking around like a boss bitch, okay? And yeah, I gotta admit, she does look good, okay? I've said this before, I'll say it again. Charlotte's the most attractive one for me. Charlotte's the one I would fuck in a heartbeat, okay? The other girls, yeah, it'd take me a little bit longer than a heartbeat. But eventually, yeah, I would get around to all 4 of them. Miranda would be last. It'd be Charlotte, and then Carrie, then Samantha, then Miranda. All right? But yeah, you know, she looks good. Hey, I'm going to call it like I see it. Straight man's point of view. She looks fucking good, all right? All right, you happy now? She looks fucking good. Strutting her shit in New York. Her big fucking ass, her big fat ass. But she got a small waist and a fat, but she wears it better than Miranda does. All right. And unlike Miranda, Charlotte's got her own problems. She's the gold digger. She's an airhead. But, you know, she doesn't hate men the way Miranda does. All right. So that's going on. Miranda and Debbie, they start talking. Yeah, Steve's girlfriend. They have a little moment together where they talk. And she tells her how she congratulates her for having a boyfriend like Robert. You know, Mr. fucking sports medicine for the New York Knicks. You know, she's like, I'm so happy that you found someone like Robert and that I have someone like Steve. You know, because honestly, Miranda, I love him. And now Miranda's all pissed off. Like this hotter, younger, more attractive woman who's nicer to Steve than I ever was is in love with him too? That can't happen. No. I'm the one who's in love with him. Yeah, because she got no one to kick around. No guy's going to fucking put up with her bullshit. All right? You think this Robert Leeds is going to put up with her bullshit? No. She got to hide it from him. At least Steve has seen Miranda at her worst. He knows what to expect with her. This guy doesn't. Robert doesn't know. He's never seen her when she's fucking being real Miranda. All he's ever seen is her fucking thirsting after him. She's never seen him when she's fucking not. Okay? So like I said, Miranda's all upset to hear about it. Robert tries to get affection with her. She blows him off. She goes to the laundry room with the candles because they're asking for the cake. Okay? So she goes in there. The cake is in there. She got the little tiny skinny candles. Well, Steve walks in at the same time. He's got this. He wants to show her something. He's like, "Oh no, put those wimpy candles away. Look what I got here. Look!" And he pulls out a number 1, those big, numbered candles that you get at the store. Look at that thing right there. Look at that. It says 1. He shows it to her. Look at that. Look at that. And serendipity. Okay, Miranda makes a connection. This is what she was talking about earlier on the phone when she had her meltdown on the phone with Carrie. Whenever I meet the 1, I'll be able to say it. It'll just effortlessly come out of me. And she sees Steve. He's holding the number 1. And she realizes what this means. He's the 1. Okay, so she says, like, "I love you, Steve. I'm in love with you." He's like, yeah, she just lets it out. She's like, "I love you." And yeah, so she's like, "I love you, Steve. I love you." And then she starts having her meltdown. "I'm sorry. I should have said that. I love you. I fucked everything up." Yeah, you did. At least there's some honesty there. And unfortunately, you're not going to stop fucking things up. Okay? "I fucked everything up and now it's too late." Well, fine. At least you admit it now. At least you admit it, that you pushed them away. "I'm sorry. I'm doing this. Please don't look at me." Okay. Look. Okay. Miranda likes to be in charge. All right? She doesn't want to have to compete with other hotter, younger women to get someone like Robert, her current boyfriend. All right. To keep Robert, she would have to compete with hotter, younger women that are flirting with him that want him. Okay, because they're gonna look at this guy Robert. They're gonna want him, and then they're gonna look at his girlfriend. And they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I'm better than her. I can take him away from her easily." And yes, they can. Okay, now that's not gonna happen on this show because this show ain't gonna go there. Okay. But that's what would happen in real life, all right? So rather than Miranda always being insecure with her relationship with Robert, always worried that maybe he'll leave her for a hotter, younger woman, maybe she doesn't measure up, because she won't go on a fucking diet. At least Steve will take her as she is, and she knows that. Okay, he will take her as she is, so she doesn't have to worry about that with Robert. Okay. Steve already has Miranda on a pedestal, unless she really pulls his punk card. He's always been nice to her. He's always treated her with respect, He's always cared about her and what she's feeling, what's going on with her, He's always tried to liven up the mood. She's a downer, okay? She's a fucking downer, and he's always tried to lift her up, He's more of an optimist, and she's not at all right? Steve already has her on a pedestal. He has a higher tolerance for her bullshit. Like he'll let a lot of the bullshit that she says out loud, all the fucking "I hate men" shit. "You're immature. You're a loser. You don't make enough money." All that shit that she tells him all the time. Okay, he'll accept. He'll take it to a point, and then he won't. But his tolerance is pretty high. Okay, his tolerance is a lot higher than mine. That's for sure. I would never allow a woman to talk to me the way that she fucking talks to him. Fuck no. Get the fuck out of my life, you fucking fat ass ugly bitch. But then again, I would never date Miranda. So. It's a moot point. But his tolerance for her bullshit is a lot higher than your average guy. Definitely a lot higher than mine. All right. So she knows she ain't going to find that. She ain't going to get that with Robert. Okay. Than most men. He's got a higher tolerance for bullshit. And she also knows that she can't get better. She cannot get better than Steve. Okay. And she also knows that she's on a timetable. Okay. If she doesn't fucking grab Steve right now, Debbie's going to take him away from her forever. Okay, so it's now or nothing. So she understands that. Okay, that there is a better option for him that's going to keep him if you don't make your move right now. Okay, so that's why she's in love with him. Okay, that's what I think anyway. Straight man's point of view. Steve, meanwhile, is like, "I love you too, Miranda. I mean, come on. Okay, Steve's being Steve. All right, what does Steve see in her? Okay, well, she's smarter than he is. Like I said, she's a lot more educated than he is. I don't think he even went to college. Okay, and she graduated Harvard Law School. All right, she's more mature in certain things. Like she's more mature with her finances, with her living expenses, with her career. She's the kind of person that will set up an IRA account. She would have an investment firm like manage her money for her. She would keep track of everything that's coming in and out in her finances. She's the kind that will set up all that kind of stuff. She would set up a retirement plan. She would set up, she'd have certain credit cards that she would have. Her credit would be really good. She's very mature in things like that. Okay, she's not the kind of woman that would miss a bill payment. Or something like that. So she's very mature as far as things like that goes. And I don't think Steve is. Like I said, Steve is blue collar. Okay, he's run by his emotions, whereas Miranda, for the most part, is run by her thoughts. Okay, she thinks about everything before she does it. Emotionally, she's a fucking idiot. But in every other way, she's actually very intelligent, very smart. A lot smarter than Steve, and Steve's aware of this. He knows that in the brains department, Miranda's got him beat by a lot. Okay, so he knows that. He's blue collar, she's white collar. So she's from this world that he does not understand. Okay, he's grew up blue collar. Look at his mom. Look at the way he talks. Okay, he says ma. He doesn't say mom. He says ma. Okay, that's blue collar. Only blue collar people call their mothers ma. Okay, and she's not. Miranda is white collar all the way. Okay, more sophisticated. Okay, she understands a whole lot more of the world than he does. Okay, she understands this entirely different type of lifestyle that he has ever known. So, like, being with her is like a window to a different world, a world that he's never been to, a world he doesn't know very much about. Like suit shop, he doesn't know how to fucking buy a suit. Miranda does. See what I mean? Okay, so she's a lot more sophisticated than he is. Okay, so when he's with her, he can learn things about the world that he never would learn on his own, or dating a woman from his own background. You see what I mean? Okay, and like I said, she's in a lot of ways, she's a lot more mature than Steve is, okay? In some ways, not in others, okay? And Miranda's like, well, what about Debbie? I know, but Miranda, you're the one. Okay, and then they start kissing, and then all of a sudden Magda walks in the door. Where's the cake? And Miranda and Steve are like, oh, look at this. This number one. Look at this candle he got. Look at that. And she's like, oh, and she walks away. And so the cat's out of the bag. Well, with Magda at least. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop this review right now. This is the end of part 2. I'll be right back in part 3. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching this long. Bye.